rugby. Now that they know there's not much to play for apart from pride, and just go out there and have some fun.
As we get a look at the Brazilian side arriving earlier today at the stadium. They have got that giant killer reputation, defeating the USA in the first ARC, Canada last year. Can they get it done against Argentina 15? As we take a look at the Argentina side making their way in earlier today as well.
Yes, as we've said all along, a very young team. Plenty of young players, not many of them having earned full caps for the Pumas. So this is very much a developmental side for coach Felipe Contepomi. See, every single match he seems to just put the entire team through the rotation.
Argentina winning the toss earlier. Get a look at Jan Rossetti for Brazil, captaining his side once again. Both sides make their way out onto the field here to close out the 2018 ARC, and Mark, this Brazilian side pretty consistent throughout the championship.
Yes, they have been. The coach Rodolfo Ambrosio has made 5 changes for this match. Lucas Abud returns at loose head. Maurizio Cantele has an opportunity to start in the second row, and in the backs, the 2 wings have changed, with Ariel Rodriguez and David Van Niekerk replacing Robert Tenorio and Stefan Giantorno from last week's match. And he's a wonderful young player, Van Niekerk, returning from injury. Loves to run the ball, and if he could just come in looking for work, he might do some damage to this Argentina side. Speaking of Argentina, Felipe Contepomi, the coach, continues his widespread rotation. Plenty of players coming in, with the inclusion of Garcia Bota, a notable one. He's considered the leading Jaguares loosehead, and he started against England last year in London. And just as with Brazil, Argentina also have 2 new wingers coming in Dominguez and Schultz. They'll be looking to get some action early on. The rest of the back line fairly unchanged. But all in all, a young and powerful Argentina 15 side.
We're going to go downfield side now for the national anthems of the visiting Argentina and the home side, Brazil.
Execução do hino nacional da Argentina agora. A banda regimental de música do Comando de Policiamento do Interior 1, Maestro Sargento Beni Rodrigues, passa a execução do hino nacional do Brasil.
doesn't stoke the fires for the brass band, I don't know what will. Two fantastic renditions of the national anthems there. Our referee, Francisco Gonzalez from Uruguay. In what promises to be a very open and entertaining match.
Partido de Argentina 15 en el America's Rugby Championship, un conjunto dirigido por Felipe Contepom y Nacho Fernández Lobe que propone para el día de hoy 9 modificaciones. Lo más destacado, el regreso tal vez de Lautaro Bavaro a la capitanía. Juan Cruz González estará jugando como apertura. En su lugar, Lucas Mensa, que usó la camiseta número 10 el partido pasado, pasará a jugar como centro. Y tal vez lo más destacado de todos, la presencia de Santiago García Bota, que estará jugando en el día de hoy su primer partido oficial en el 2018. Recordemos que tuvo un desgarro intercostal en el partido entre Argentina 15 y Jaguares. Bueno, hoy estará sumando minutos por primera vez en este año Santiago. Así que desde aquí, desde São João dos Campos, nos preparamos para el último partido de Argentina 15 en este America's Rugby Championship.
Perfecto. And we are ready for kickoff here. It will be Argentina on the left of your screen. Kicking off there in the dark blue. Brazil wearing the very fashionable dark green. 2018 ARC comes to a close here. 80 minutes left. There's Gonzalez. Goes short. Well handled. Argentina 15 in front of the kicker though as we come back. Early mistake scrum here for the Brazilians.
Well, it's good to see that Argentina are excited, but a little bit too excited. They've made a little boo-boo right from the kickoff. And that's given Brazil prime attacking opportunity in the middle of the field. Right on the halfway. They could go left, they could go right. My guess is they're going to go right through the number 8 and the number 9.
Ruda and Broderick. The stars here for this Brazilian side. Beautiful conditions down here, Mark. A little bit more humidity in Brazil than we saw earlier today over in Uruguay.
Yes, nice, dry, beautiful conditions in Montevideo. Brazil notorious for its humid conditions, which could prove a little bit slippery. When it's humid and there's a lot of sweat, the ball can be like a bar of soap.
And it will be Broderick to have to put in. First scrum. Good platform for Brazil. Like you predicted off the back. Goes Arruda. Broderick continues to motion his forwards around to that right-hand side. And the crowd enjoys the heavy contact that comes early. UK with the little kick over the top. Well-weighted kick too from the inside. Center pressure coming down. Oh, what a start here for Brazil. And the crowd love it as we come back to the 22. Quick take. Argentina 15. There's Cura. Shifts it wide. They get around the corner quickly. They've got some numbers. They come that way. Looping. Goes the fullback there in Malia as he is bundled into touch just over halfway here inside the Brazilian half.
Already some enterprising play here, Dan. And that's to be expected. Good kicking, good chase, trying to throw the ball around early on in this match. I'm just going to go for it today. This match has no bearing on the championship. Pressure's off, essentially.
Brazil strong with their first line out. Rossetti on the throw. Broderick now. Taken in by Claudio. Broderick now looks to his right. Finds Reeves. He used the boot again. Well weighted this time. Finding the sideline though. Argentina thought about going quickly there. Thought better. And we'll have this line out inside the 22 now. Argentina 15, who I'm sure were quite devastated to get the news of the dominant performance. And they would have known at halftime that the USA had things wrapped up. Pull it back into the pocket inside the 22. Big, raking, clearing kick up towards the halfway line. It's a good touch finder. You look at Dwight van Niekerk there with the scrum cap returning from injury. Definitely one of the more exciting finishes here in this Brazilian side. Well taken at the top by Diaz. Now Broderick, midfield, strong carry again, Claudio, another good touch for the young number 7. Reeves goes high off the left foot. Great take, under pressure from the fullback in Malia there. And he'll have the free kick outside. As he clears outside of his 22.
Brilliant take under pressure. Malia calls the mark as well, has the presence of mind to do that too. An equally impressive clearing kick. But Brazil, what about attacking opportunity here on the 40-meter line?
Messi at the top, well taken though, as Diaz rumbles up towards the 22, big contact midfield. Beturato, he goes forward, still with Brazil, good start here for the Tupes. Broderick to his right, Reeves goes short. Looking to link up midfield with his centre pairing. Otuka and Sanseri. Skirmish around the breakdown there for Van Niekerk. A handling error spotted though. We'll pack the scrum. Argentina with the put in.
Yeah, that's often been a feature of this tournament. Just some early errors, handling errors, especially in the ruck area. You can see just trying to drive that little extra. We talked about that before, Dan. When is it too much? When is it time to just take your medicine as opposed to trying to get that extra yard, that extra 2 yards in the tackle? And he was trying to go forward, and the extra tackle came in, caught him unawares, and managed to force the ball out. So it was a fumble forward, resulting now in an Argentina feed at the scrum.
It's so important here for Argentina to get off to a good start. The last thing you want playing at home is Brazil to get a little wind in their sails, a little pep in their step. They definitely are a team bred on confidence. And as we've seen, they can upset these higher ranked sides. They've done it twice now against the USA and Canada. This would be probably the biggest scalp in their country's rugby career.
Absolutely. Especially when Josh Reeves at number 10 for Brazil is on his game.
Argentina go off the back. Portillo. A little handling error there. The conditions are a little greasy as Gorson can't handle. You can see already a little bit of moisture on the ground is going to make it quite difficult early on for the players, especially with that first nervous touch.
A lot of nervous touches early in these matches. And it's understandable seeing these handling errors with these games, and these players, a lot of them are young players and they are relatively inexperienced. That's why tournaments like this are so good, to play at a high level with higher pressure. It puts them in those situations, and obviously forcing mistakes to come in, but they need that practice of making mistakes and bouncing back from them.
Broderick at the back finds Reeves. Reeves, Duque, miss ball out wide. Tranquez, Van Niekerk, pass a little low for the winger. He couldn't reel that one in. A real opportunity there for Brazil out wide.
Well, did that look like an old school backline move to you, Dan Powell? Looked like the old miss 2. Hands to the 12. The 12 misses the 13, straight to the fullback, and then it was just a 2-on-1. Van Niekerk, I mean, it would have taken a miracle to pull that ball in from around his ankles. It was a tough one. Tronquez making tough work of it, but some promising play early from Brazil backs.
Oh, great awareness there. Pressure on the kick, they play at it. That's play on. Oh, that's close. That's out in the full though. We'll come back to the line out. It will be with Brazil. Great awareness from the scrum half though. There's Cura. He felt the pressure come, pulls the ball down, and there was value with a 2-on-1 down the short side. Good pickup for Argentina 15.
It was. Felipe Escura, the number 9 for Argentina, has had some nice touches. He's one to watch in this match.
Now Brazil, okay, shapes the kick, finds Tronquez. Here's Rodriguez, down the sideline. Fan favourite as you hear the crowd light up when he touches the ball. Sinceri, he gets his first touch of the game, the outside centre. Broderick comes down the blind side, quick hands, Tronquez. Now Broderick plays it back to his left. Good opening 10 minutes here from this Brazilian side. Reeves, again, likes to lean on the kicking game a lot. Reeves goes to the left foot, high again, looking to test Argentina in these testing conditions. Up to the task, though, is the fullback. As they'll look to clear from inside their 22. Come back for the penalty, though.
Well, it's great to see Brazil willing to throw the ball around early, coming from one side to the other, all the way over to that right-hand side. Van Niekerk taking it down. And Reeves, as you said, Dan Power, they will rely on his boot a lot, but it'd be interesting to see. His boot definitely is important when squeezing the opposition and gaining territory and playing clinical rugby. But I wonder if this match today is just going to be all about keeping ball in hand and throwing it around and having some fun. And kicking only every now and then. I know what I'd do.
100% behind you on that one. I think we're going to see some very enterprising rugby here. Line out taken by Argentina. Midfield crashes forward. Well met though. A wall of green jerseys there to greet. From down the blind side. Dominguez. Still on his feet, Dominguez. Quick hands. Bulta. One of these young, exciting players is Bulta. Short ball now. Laragua. Slow ball for Escura. Now finds a fullback, Malia. Pressure comes in from Sinceri. That's a clean contest. There's a handling error though, unfortunate from Brazil. It was good work from the outside centre, Sinceri, in the lead-up.
It was. He had every right to take that ball. He did it legally. He just couldn't quite hang on. Little knock-on in the end. That's where Argentina need to be careful. They run through the phases. Everyone lines up to get their hands on the ball, and they forget to go in and support in the ruck. And all it takes is to get slightly isolated. And there are many players in this Brazilian team that are capable of coming in and pinching it. In that case, it was nearly the experienced Sinceri that did the damage for Brazil. Argentina retained possession, however.
Little medical attention here for one of the Brazilian players.
12.
Now the first real attacking opportunity here for Argentina 15. With this scrum just outside the 22 of Brazil. Midfield, great platform to attack from, Mark, with options both sides.
Especially this right-hand side. Because normally you see where the scrum half feeds the ball, it's traditionally on the left of the scrum, so his opposing 9 normally stands there as well, leaving that right-hand side for the attackers quite exposed. That's why you see a very common play is to head down that open side. Sorry, I should say the blind side in this case. But it's a wide space. And usually the number 8 will pick, the number 9 will recycle himself, so it's just to give you that those extra numbers as well. It's very hard to defend. Wow.
No nonsense there from the referee, Mark.
Good to see.
Just like that, the first opportunity evaporates for Argentina 15. It's that big left boot of Reeves, you would think, will drive this deep into the Argentinian half. Great return fire there from Argentina. Both these countries, renowned soccer countries as well, you'd expect the kicking game from both to be on point.
Yeah, you'll definitely see some kicking throughout the match. Reeves, that is his strong point. Of course, it was only a short arm penalty. That's why you saw him take to the air, keep it away from the sideline, keep it in play, and force the hand of Argentina just to bring it back. And that's exactly what they did. So now Brazil find themselves with a line-out throw just inside their half.
Good line-out take from Brazil. Okay. Uses the right boot. Just outside the 22 that time. Fields that in the 22. He'll buy himself a little bit of space coming in field to open up a better angle for his clearing kick, and he gets that over the sideline just short of halfway.
Just very cleverly done. Just taking his time, bringing it in, allowing himself a better look at the sideline, as you said, Dan, to open up that angle and allow him to get some more yards. Good execution on the kick as well.
Strong take from Portillo at the back. Played back, Escura. Gets clean ball, goes to his right, quick hands. Gorderson. Better hands from the 6 that time. Penalty of possession there against Argentina 15 for coming in from the side. After 15 minutes, Brazil well and truly still in this game. Argentina 15 yet to click out of first gear.
Just a little discipline from Argentina. They need to be careful of that, giving Brazil any opportunity into this match. Remember, they are the home team. They have the home crowd. So they will rely on any scraps you can give them.
Ahí, está bien, quédate ahí.
Rossetti goes to 2 as he finds Diaz. Brazil, Broderick now. Gordillo. Reeves goes to the line, little jinking step. Well met by his opposite number though in Gonzalez.
Perfecto, Pecada. Juego arriba.
That ball spills out the back, finally picked up there. Guido. Now Burgo goes forward. Handling error. And now the turnover for Argentina. Can they turn defense into attack? Escura down the blind side, finds his fullback in Malia. No love down that short side though for the fullback. Well taken at the back though. Looks like Trenquez, the fullback.
Sin manos ahora, Brasil. Perfecto. Arriba la pelota, play on. Suelta y sale
Now
atacador.
the turnover, Argentina. Escura.
Ventaja.
Gorderson, midfield, off the foot. That should be play on. Good skills there from Volta. Escura looks for the winger out wide. Kick is good. chase. Just short there as the ball beats both players over the sideline.
Both teams using that little kick as a tactic. In this case, it was Escura. Nicely weighted kick. Julian Dominguez was almost able to regather. And he had Reeves coming across. He did extremely well just to shield that ball over the sideline. Forcing Dominguez to actually push Reeves out of the way.
Cedi's throw stolen. Now, Gonzalez. To the line before he picks up Venturelli. And Urita. There's the big number 8 again with the ball. Portillo. There's Escura. They come around the corner. They're over the line. They're over. There's the first try. Zapata. He got it down. Argentina in the lead, 5-0.
Such a shame for Brazil there. They had the line-out throw, and they lost the throw. Argentina pinching it at the line-out, and it was just a matter of some quick ball, some bustling runs from their big forwards, coming around in numbers. Look, they've got numbers to burn. Too much pressure for Brazil. Argentina showing their size and strength and their ability to punish any mistakes. In this case, it was from the line out, so Brazil will need to get together, figure out a way to rectify that error. It's hard to believe this game remained scoreless for nearly 20 minutes.
Version is successful, 7-0. Like you said, Mark, after about 20 minutes. If you like replays of conversions, we've got plenty of them for you.
You want it, we've got it. And Juan Gonzalez did not disappoint. Like a little chip shot, just tapped it over. Easy as you like. Those massive thighs of his. He's a hot stepper, Gonzalez as well. Be great to see him out in the open tonight.
Reeves goes deep on the restart. Argentina inside the 22. That ball spills over the sideline. These greasy conditions starting to wreak havoc on both sides.
Yes, you can see just from the handling errors as well. And whenever any player goes to ground, you can see there seems to be a sheen on the grass too. There's a lot of sliding going on. So just all in all, some slippery conditions.
Well secured there by Brazil inside the 22 of Argentina. Bodrick goes short to Burgo. Continue to pressure around this left-hand side. They've got numbers if they elect to use them. As Reeves is set out with the back line to the left, they keep it tight with the forwards. Another phase. Slow ball, counter-ruck comes in. Off the feet. Now Brazil have a decision here, 7-0. Definitely within the range of both Reeves and Duguay, who both share the kicking duties.
Josh Reeves shouldn't have any problems with this. He is actually the tournament, well, leading into this match was the top point scorer of the tournament, Josh Reeves. And this shouldn't be any problem for him now. But I'm sure the coach of Argentina, Felipe Contempomi, will be having words about this discipline of his team, especially at ruck time. Given away a couple of penalties already. And as we mentioned, Dan Power, Brazil will be happy that they can get any kind of advantage. And with this man right here, they will capitalize as well.
Reeves gets Brazil on the board, 7-3. The left-footed phenom, born in New Zealand, now living in Brazil, puts the first points on the board for the Brazilians, down 7 points to 3. Argentina short here on the restart. And that's played in the air. Pretty easy penalty to call there for the referee. Could be a little bit more here. Let's just take a look to see if... not too much in it. Again, we talk about body language. There's no greater sign of a guilty player than a player puts his hands up in the air. It wasn't me, sir.
Bring on the BLE, the body language expert, the fifth referee. You mentioned it before, Dan Power. I think there is a place for it. But you could see from that replay as well. Yes, penalty, but was it malicious? Absolutely not. He just merely got in the way. Could have done a better job of getting out of the way, but he didn't. But at least he didn't attempt a tackle of any sort.
Again, under pressure, well taken there from Brazil. Cantarelli does well, the big number 4. Pass goes behind. Sinceri does well to go back and recover. Under pressure, holds his feet. Broderick looks for a looping Burgo there. Now Diaz goes for a run. Up towards the 22. Reeves loops around, numbers to the left, drops it onto the boot. Nobody at home, needs to chase. Great work from Malia to get back. The fullback under pressure, as is Escarar. There's Kurai, he's bundled into touch. Great work from Van Niekerk there. The winger making his presence felt.
Strong little passage of play there from Brazil. Van Niekerk doing well, with the help of Burgo coming in, and Argentina under pressure. Brazil, what can they do? Will they use this back line, or will they look to drive this line out? They're close enough.
Stolen from Argentina at the line out. I believe that's the first miss of the game for Rossetti. There's Kura. Not able to pick up a ton of yardage there off the boot. Just outside the 22. Not quite out of jail just yet.
No, if Rossetti can just hit his mark this time, dare say he will send those backline players a light. Let's see, Josh Reeves is very keen to get his wingers involved. Get Tronquez, the fullback, involved as well.
Good movement, pre-throw, reaps dividends there. There's Burgo. Now Duque, out wide. Laid back Broderick, under pressure though. Pouring through Argentinian players. Reeves finds Rodriguez. Broderick, under pressure, low pass, well handled. Claudio. Reeves now, out the back. Burgo again, busy start for the number 6. Broderick, Reeves, inside. There's Van Niekerk coming in off his left wing. Still with Brazil. 7 phases in here. Tronquez rolls it back. Malia. Well, the fullback showing his class in picture-perfect position. And the pressure valve goes off there for Argentina.
Great defense from Argentina. Brazil were putting it through the phases, throwing everything at Argentina 15. You could see there the result was Tronquez feeling like he had no option but to just put it low, and he just kicked the ball away essentially. And that came from, no doubt, the pressure, defensive pressure. They still hit very hard, these Argentinians. And even though Brazil were looking good, finding it hard to make inroads.
And Reeves, again relying on that left boot. So far, Malia has been up to the task, though. Safe under the high ball. There's Cura. Great little tip on there. Finds a big man. Laragua. And the handling error from Gonzalez, though. Just took a little peek up.
Certainly did. Took his eye off the ball. He's already had the next play in mind before he caught it. It looked like to me he was shaping up perhaps to put that ball long and deep into the left corner. You need to catch the ball first, son. Just keeping Brazil in this game. These errors from Argentina.
Now Reeves. Senseri runs a hard, straight line. Well read from Argentina, though. And then the counter-ruck comes in. Have to be careful there with those boots. Kicking that ball through. Now an automatic penalty. As the ball stays with Brazil. Roderick, quick hands. Diaz. Van Niekerk. Accidental obstruction. And now Argentina 15. You would think after 30 minutes, Mark, perhaps a little disappointed with their performance. The pundits coming in expected this to be a fairly easy victory for Argentina 15 over Brazil. Thus far, very tight encounter.
It is, and it's as a result of Argentina just not being as clinical as they usually are. Those uncharacteristic errors. They're still very strong in defense, which is why Brazil have only got 3 points on the board. They did well to get those 3, but Argentina just not executing the way they normally do, hence only 7 points. And handing opportunity after opportunity back to Brazil, and they need to be careful. If they keep doing that, Brazil with the home crowd behind them, they could and will punish you.
Brazil, they almost play that possum-style rugby. Play good at home, get killed on the road. Very strong, very tough to beat at home. They've struggled on the road thus far.
No comment. Possum rugby, actually. I need to comment. That was good.
Now Argentina. Well, if you're on the field for Argentina right now, you'd want to go into the halftime break with a few more points. Otherwise, I get the feeling that halftime message may be quite stern. As Reeves again goes to the left foot. That time go out in the fall, all the way back down, close to the 22 we will go.
No fue. Ahí.
You just tell how humid it is out there, Dan. You see, I'm looking at the players' jerseys, if you can call them jerseys these days. These Lycra numbers just drenched in sweat after only 30 minutes. And you'll know from your playing days as well that you'd rather almost play in the rain. It doesn't seem to be as slippery when the ball is in the rain than it does when there's sweaty conditions. Sweat on your hands, sweat on the ball from hitting players on the chest. It makes it, for some reason, that much slipperier. And I'm positive that that is one of the reasons why we're seeing so many handling errors early on in this game.
I want to know why. I want to know why, Mark. I want Gilbert to get in touch with us. We want to do a study on why a sweaty rugby ball is harder to handle than a wet rugby ball.
Right, and why is there not a sweat-resistant material that they can cover their ball in? Right?
Es el tackle en la recepción de la pelota de Argentina que quiero
See, they've
revisar.
got the magic spray out there, the grip spray. We used to take a couple of
La
pumps of
recepción de
that.
Brasil, perdón, el tackle de
Clap the
Argentina.
hands together to get things tacking. Typically, though, I'd just end up with a bunch of grass on my hands.
Sí.
Yeah, I never really
Sí,
liked
lo
the spray, that
de
resin
vuelta más-
spray either. I
más
was in a
fácil,
hurry
¿puede
to get that stuff off. It didn't feel comfortable.
Dale,
Felt
gracias.
very foreign. I felt like more of a nuisance than anything. That was just me.
Sí, lo vi. Lo vi.
It's like the Argentinians don't mind it one little bit.
Sí, veo, no identifico el número.
Whatever
Con la
works.
8 azul. Bien. 8 azul veo un
Sometimes
tackle
it's a
peligroso
psychological
cuando
advantage.
recibe la pelota.
Maybe going back to look at a potential high tackle here.
¿Me escuchás, Diego? Sí. Número 3. Perfecto. Número 3 azul, veo un tackle muy peligroso. ¿Vos estás de acuerdo conmigo?
Number three, blue. Benjamin Aspinall seems to be called out. Oh. Yeah, that's
¿Estás de acuerdo que es un tackle muy
the play that
peligroso?
they've been looking at.
Bien, perfecto. Voy a volver
Nico
a la
came
infracción
down.
y va a ser
Number
tarjeta
three,
roja para el
Benjamin
número 3.
Aspinall just
¿Estás de acuerdo?
fired in like a missile and hit him
Dale,
above the
gracias.
shoulder, it seemed.
A arbitragem estava fazendo a verificação do lance pelo
Capitán.
vídeo.
There'll definitely be a penalty here, and
un tackle
did
muy
see
peligroso.
motion toward his
Número 3
pocket.
acá en la
Dan
recepción.
Power, I think we've got. Wow, I did not see that coming.
Cartão vermelho para a camisa número 3 da
I don't think.
Benjamin Espinal, get your towel ready. You are headed to the showers.
So, what do you think about that, Dan? He was committed to the tackle. He hit him high. Van Niekerk was falling. He was, and see him dip into that tackle right before Espinal came. No doubt at all it was dangerous. No doubt at all. He flew in. He hit him high. He could have gone a little lower to avoid hitting him around the shoulders, but a red card.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
I was talking to Craig Joubert, who's obviously a big fan of the show and a big fan of what we do, and he was saying the onus now is on the defender. Don't hit in a point where they can dip into it. Safety first, you've got to go lower.
Perfecto, está libre.
And he's a big man too, Espinal coming through. The only person happy about that tackle is Van Niekerk's dentist, who probably have a little bit of extra work on Monday morning. Now, Tranquez looking to inject himself into the game. Rodriguez, again, the crowd, they love this right winger.
Último pie.
Broderick, Brazil, they'll play up a player for the rest of this game. Reeves spots a half gap. Brazil, full of running here. Now with Claudio. Still on his feet, Claudio needs to find the ground and find some support. He does. Broderick now to his right. Reeves marshalling some troops. Wants quick ball here. Under pressure, Broderick. Reeves under pressure. Shovels. There's Burgo. Brazil got numbers to the left.
Quédate.
Argentina seems to have adjusted quickly though. Reeves likes what he sees to the right though. Ball comes down, Tranquez, tough pass,
Ventaja,
Rodriguez
no
can't handle, and
Listo,
that one
hay uno
spills
con.
forward. Very important that Argentina can hold on to the ball from here on out. Playing with 14 is going to be very tough on the gas tank. They don't want to be doing a lot of tackling, Mark.
Certainly not, Dan. And equally important for Brazil that they keep their patience, that they try and mount the phases and not feel like they need to strike immediately. They have the advantage of having an extra player in the field. And sometimes it takes quite a few phases before that advantage is realized. But sure enough, if they keep the ball in hand, keep advancing, keep it clinical, the gaps should open up. And you could see them attempting that before, but it was just poor execution. They have them in this position now, and that is Argentina with the scrum feed.
Of course, with a front row player in the red card, they need to make a replacement at scrum time. As Lucas Favre makes his way onto the field. Advantage. Attack quick, Escura. Favre has the ball. First touch since he's been on the field. Escura. Gonzalez looping. Back with Gonzalez. Good interchange. Vecino and Gonzalez. Now the inside center, Minsa. No advantage. Another penalty. Quick tap, and they're away to the races here. First was Schultz, the seventh superstar. Gorderson, quick tap. Midfield now. Back with Minsa. Numbers to the left. Escura, big gap. Escura reaches out. The grounding is good. It's another try for Argentina.
Amazing play from the scrum half, but finishing off a wonderful passage for Argentina 15. It all started with a penalty and a quick tap, and Brazil need to be careful of that. If you keep handing penalties like that, Argentina want to raise the pace of the game on you. They absolutely destroyed Chile with quick play, offloads in behind the defense. If Argentina can get into that groove, then Brazil need to be very, very careful.
Good reward for the scrum half, Escura. But a very busy opening stanza here. And now Gonzalez, who look to go 2 from 2 and convert the try, taking the lead out to 11. The man known as Quadzilla will look to convert. Flags up, 14 points to 3 as we approach the halftime break.
Again, easy as you like. Little tap over for Gonzalez. Nice strike. Quite often those easy kicks are the hardest ones, if you know what I mean, Dan.
I certainly do, Mark. I certainly do.
Being a kicker yourself, potential banana skin sometimes with those shorter, easier kicks.
Reeves, oh, that comes off the foot. Play on, it's on the ground. Rodriguez, desperately close. And somehow this is an Argentinian line-out. I'm a little confused here. Oh, maybe got a touch of a hand, is what they're calling. Oh, that's a try for Brazil. The home crowd goes absolutely bananas. We'll have to take a look at the replay to see what happened. It looks like Burgo. There it is on the back, the big man, Burgo. Oh, it's number 4, Cantarelli. Beautiful stuff for Brazil.
Great play. You can hear the crowd going wild in the background. They'll take it anyway. It comes Brazil. If it's a loose throw at the back, no problemo. They'll take it over for 5 points. And with Reeves, you'd have to expect it to turn into 7 points. This could get them well into the game. Just what they needed, Brazil. Even if it wasn't necessarily from their own creation. We've been saying all along, you need to be careful against this Brazilian team with any kind of ill discipline, any lack of execution. especially when you are 5 meters out from your own try line.
Kick from Reeves. Stays away. That takes us through to Oranges. A very entertaining first half in the books here. As Argentina, they're in the lead 14 points to 8 after 40 minutes in São Jose, Brazil. And welcome back to São Jose here in Brazil. 14 points to 8 after 40 minutes of action. 3 tries in the first half, 2 for Argentina, 1 for Brazil. And conditions really dictated the action here in the first half. It was Argentina that got on the board first.
They got on the board first, and it took them a while, nearly 20 minutes as you can see on the clock, but they finally crashed over, and it was from a Brazilian mistake at the line out as Argentina just went charging over through Zapata. Easy try for him in the end, despite the strong tackle from Tonquez coming in. They were just way too strong, too much pressure for Brazil at that stage. And we talk about some of the ill-disciplined play of Argentina creeping into the match, allowing that man there, Josh Reeves, to put 3 points over. And this possibly the turning point of the match. Very controversial. A red card being awarded to the tackler, which was Benjamin Espinal. He can't believe it. It was definitely a dangerous tackle. It warranted a yellow card. And now Argentina find themselves with only 14 men for the rest of the match. That didn't deter them too much as they charged forward. And great vision from the scrum half, Felipe Escura, on the back of some brilliant lead-up work, which again came from a turnover from Brazil earlier on. Not to take anything away from his effort. Wonderful vision to spot the gap. And this try here, a mistake by Argentina. 15 at the line out, 5 meters out from their own line, straight over the back, misses the mark, into the hands of the waiting Mauricio Contale. He won't score an easier try in his career.
That took us through to the break. When we return, we'll look at some of the stats as we get ready for the second half action. And welcome back here to San Jose. 40 minutes of action in the books. As you can see, Argentina, they hold on to a slender 6-point lead, 14 points to 8 over Brazil. And really the story of the first half, Mark Stabina, was the handling errors from both these sides as we take a look at the stats.
Yeah, these stats, they're very close. They tell a story of two teams head-to-head, a tight encounter. Scrums are looking solid for both teams. The lineouts there, both teams have lost 2 of their lineouts, 2 of them resulting in tries as well. And the penalties conceded also equal at 4 apiece. And Argentina, playing with 1 man down, need to be very careful not to have that penalty count blow out, because Brazil, with the home crowd, could very well capitalize and upset this Argentina 15 team?
We will find out in just a moment. We'll return from the break. The second half coming right up. Live and exclusive on ESPN. And welcome back to ESPN's coverage of the America's Rugby Championship, live from São Jose in Brazil, as we await the home side Brazil to retake the field here to get the second half started. As they trail Argentina 15, 14 points to 8.
Very interesting first half here, Dan Power. We have a red card to Argentina, so they'll be down a player for the rest of this match, and that could just be enough to have the home crowd Brazil upset this Argentina 15 outfit. They're very much in the game, and they've showed, especially through the boot of Josh Reeves, they can easily build the score on you if you don't have that disciplined play. And it's proven to be costly on a number of occasions, especially with a line-out throw that went awry, straight into the hands of Mauricio Cantale for Brazil's first try of the game. So they'll be looking to capitalize on any of those kind of scraps that they can get, lifted by the home crowd. And Moises Duque, I'd like to see more of him as well. Such an experienced player for this Brazilian team. This is his 31st cap, international rugby. Very capable player, very experienced at 29 years of age. And he forms a great centre partnership with Felipe Sanseri. He also has 29 games under his belt for Ostupis.
Well, the stars have certainly aligned for an upset. The red card to Argentina in the first half, the home crowd. A tight match, which is exactly what they were looking for. And Mark, talk us a little bit about the influence that red card will have, not only on playing a player short, but just the physical effects on the 14 players remaining on the field.
Yes, absolutely. If Brazil, provided Brazil make them work for it and punish them in that way, if they keep the ball in hand and keep them running around the field, then they will start to feel the fact that they're a man down.
We are underway here in the second half. It was Brazil kicking off through Reeves. Argentina return fire. Reeves, you'd expect, go to the left foot yet again as he looks to find terra firma in between the two Argentinian players. There's Cura. Outstanding first half from the scrum half. Oh, good contest in the air there. Rodriguez seems to come up second best in that contest. We'll come back for the handling error. It'll be an early scrum by the way of Brazil.
Yes, one thing that I feel will not go away are the occasional handling errors. We've already established that the conditions are quite slippery out there. It's humid. And sweat gets on that ball. There's also some moisture on the grass as well. You see the players sliding around whenever they go to ground, which makes for very tricky conditions for rugby.
Scrum going backwards for Brazil. And the handling error at the back. A shift possession to the favour of Argentina 15. They will have a scrum just inside the Brazilian half here.
Yeah, just a scrum under pressure. The ball bobbling around for the scrum half at the back, but it's even so, Dan, you need to get that ball out. Any missed opportunity to attack like that is just punishing for this Brazilian team, knowing that they have an extra man advantage out there. They know it's a missed opportunity.
Big scrum from Brazil and the penalty. That'll get the home crowd fired up to start the second half. There's a lot of back padding going on, and rightfully so. That's a big moment for the pack of Brazil.
You can see how pumped up they are after that. The front row of Brazil dominating scrum. That's the reason we stick our head in there, is what they're saying to themselves. And they emerge from the pile of bodies. Big psychological statement made by Brazil there over their opponents. As Reeves, well, it won't be Reeves, it'll be Tronquez. He's a long-range kicker. This would be an amazing 3 points. Full credit to the engine room of Brazil winning this penalty.
The Brazilian fullback, as the crow flies, probably close to 60 meters here with this penalty attempt. Off the boot very nicely. Falls short though.
Quédate, 12, quédate.
Very close, maybe just a scrape of boarding house butter between that and success.
It was. It looked very good off the boot as well, particularly from the angle that we were watching. It did fall short, and then Gonzalez just says, wow, I'm going to make you pay for that. Missed attempt as he just launches it downfield deep into Brazilian territory. Now they have some work to do.
Rossetti with the throw in. Tap back a little loose. Reeves does well to find Duque. Back there to the fullback from Argentina. Great little chip over the top from Malia. She regathers inside the 22. That hunt doesn't go to hand though. Unable to handle, no advantage. The offside play against Brazil. And Argentina, no thought of taking the 3 points here. They'll go to the sideline.
Yes, you keep saying it, Dan, just Brazil just need to be squeaky clean as possible, or else that one-man advantage will not be felt at all. In fact, it's Argentina now that look very ominous in this position.
They begin to maul the ball towards the line, very close. Need one more push. Brazil resist at first, not at the second attempt. Argentina, they opened their account in the second half. 5 points.
Great play by Argentina, capitalizing on the penalty. Well driven forward. You can see Ureta is the man who got it over in the end. But just great play overall from the forward pack. Well worked. You must remember this team is playing one man short. And that can almost be more demoralizing for the receiving team, knowing they have a man advantage, desperately trying to take advantage of that extra man on the field, but just to have the tides turned on you. So it's important for Brazil right now to just get back on the horse, not make too much of the fact that Argentina are playing with only 14 men, and just get back to playing rugby, mistake-free rugby if possible.
Gonzalez stayed successful. 3 from 3, 21 points to 8.
Another nice kick from Gonzalez. I believe that puts him at 3 from 3. The conversion attempts anyway.
Reeves deep on the restart into the 22 of Argentina. Gonzalez returns fire. Good clearing kick there from the Argentinian fly half. Takes the ball well and truly back into the Brazilian half.
And that's exactly what Gonzalez needs to do. It's not just put the ball out, but put it out and put it down into Brazilian territory. Do anything that he can to put a buffer between this team with only 14 men and the opposition Brazil, who have 15. And we keep harping on about it, but definitely important to consider.
Brazil secured the line out now with Van Niekerk, the left winger. Not held. Down by contact is the call. Was he held? That's the question. Referee believes he was. And that's a good call too. Contact on the ground there. Argentinian hand still on him. Needs to release the ball. Van Niekerk.
Such a shame as well. Initially, it was a great run by him, getting his team almost up to the halfway line and just getting a little bit greedy. It's not the first time that Van Niekerk's done something similar. Just trying to get those extra few meters. He wasn't held before, and he picked the ball up himself and went another couple of meters only to get hit from the side unawares and lost the ball in contact.
And Argentina had success with the maul on their last try. They go back to that, not surprisingly.
Primera atención, usala. Volvemos al penal. No va a salir la pelota, es un turnover.
No advantage.
Que se sueltan,
Come
tienen que
back
dar
to
la
the
vuelta.
penalty there.
¿Sí? No pueden ingresar por cualquier lado en el mall. Pero tenés que dar por tu lado, ¿sí?
Interesting decision here for Argentina. Look to go to the line-out. And Mark, you'd expect looking to reset another maul.
It's worked so well for them. They scored a try not even 5 minutes ago using this tactic. So Brazil will be looking to upset that line-out throw, get in and contest.
Gol, por favor.
Or will they just allow Argentina to bring it down and focus on the drive and countering the drive of Argentina?
Like to keep it in hand. Through the legs. There's the soccer skills. Great hand. Great pickup. Great try. Argentina.
Wow. Look at that in the hands and the quick pass off as well under pressure. You won't see a better try, particularly in this tournament. I haven't seen a better try than this using the soccer skills of Gonzalez, the presence of mind and hands of Mensah, and then Racino finishing up. He might have injured himself when grounding the ball. He's up and moving, so that's good news. They definitely deserve that try. Oh, even the home crowd were applauding that effort, Dan Power.
Well, the world power in soccer of Brazil, I'm sure the fans appreciate the footwork there from Argentina. And Rosino, as we look for final confirmation from the TMO, appears to have scored a spectacular 5-pointer. The question, was he behind the kicker? It seems as though he was. The grounding looked good. Rosino got low. Ball was grounded. No problems there. You would think this would be another 5 points for Argentina.
You would have to think. It certainly can't be the grounding that they're looking at. And for mine, the kick, it doesn't matter what direction the kick went, as long as the recipient of the kick was behind at the time, and he certainly looked behind to me. Try or no try, this Brazilian team needs to regroup. It's exactly what they're doing right now. I'd love to be close to that circle listening, and possibly have a translator as well, but listening what's going on. Here again is that kick. Brilliantly picked up, just the no-look pass. There's definitely no problem with that grounding.
Sí, Diego, te estoy escuchando.
Brazil just taking this opportunity now.
Perfecto, entonces puedo
to
otorgar el try.
regroup. They need a new
Bien, es acá donde
focus.
estoy
They need
parado,
to play the ball down in Argentina territory. There it is, Dan Power. Try time. Argentina, 2 tries in 5 minutes. Definitely not what Brazil needed right now.
Whatever was said in the sheds at half-time appears to have worked. Argentina, 2 quick tries here in the second half. Gonzalez looking to go 4 from 4 off the boot here this evening. And he remains perfect, 28 points to 8. After 51 minutes, Sao Jose, Brazil.
Well, they're certainly not playing like they're a man down right now. Argentina, they'll need to hit back and hit back fast.
Escura goes to the right foot. High box kick. Oh, Reeves can't handle. Well, he's been trying to test the back three for Argentina all night for the high ball. His first test is not a good one.
No, it's not. And once again, you wouldn't expect a man of his class to drop a ball like that. He was not under pressure. And he especially doesn't need, I mean, his team relies so heavily on his leadership. It's important that Josh Reeves bounces back from that individually so he can keep leading his team. They just need to get their hands on the ball. The main pressure that Argentina will feel is defensively with only 14 men on the field.
Big scrum. Value down the blind side. Opens up for Montagna. Escura back inside. And they will rely heavily on the bench here, you would think, in the second half. Guardasen with the ball. Up to the 5 now. Argentina on the attack again. Pass. Doesn't find the mark. No advantage as we come back to the penalty. Offside against Brazil.
So Brazil just crumbling under the attacking pressure of this Argentine team. Wonderful scrum resulting in the 8 picking off the back. Ball in 2 hands. Actually, Montagna, replacement 8, took them all the way down, but it looks like the penalty might have been reversed. Argentina retreating. So do we have a Brazilian ball? "22-minute restart by the looks of things."
Reeves goes deep on the restart. Well fielded by Gonzalez. Launches that bomb up. Franquez underneath it, takes the mark. Franquez. It's the cameraman from about 55.
And that's a marvelous kick from Tronquez. You could see him put everything behind that one. And he has brought Brazil way back into the right area of the field for them. They've got the territory, now they just need possession.
Great throw from Argentina, taken down. Escura looks to the midfield. Again, these conditions have been testing for both the scrum halves at the back, not only for the scrum but also the rucks. The odd stray boot.
And here's the opportunity that they've been looking for now, Brazil. The scrum, middle of the field. They've got options left, they've got options right. And being a man up, they'll probably just look for the overload, whichever side that might be. Once again, I suspect it will come down this right-hand side.
Off the back, Oruda. Oruda goes forward, off the boot again. These conditions, tough for both sides. Play the initial lock on against Argentina. It will be a scrum again. Mark, if you can get a look at this scrum, Argentina playing a full 8. No, they're playing 7 in the scrum, 1 out. You'd think Brazil would get some dominance in the scrum. They had a great scrum in the first half.
They did, they're certainly capable of it, but I just want to go back to that run of Oruda from the back. He did so well to gain those yards, but he needs to do better on the floor. player of that ability, you could see sometimes, you see it here, and what I mean by needs to do better on the floor, yes, he was covered by 2 players, but see how he was just content to get the ball down. He has time. He can wait for those players to blow over, have his ball, have the ball in 2 hands, and purposely place it back so it's an easy pickup for his 9. He just kind of let go of the ball, hastily bobbled around for the 9. It came out unexpectedly, and it nearly resulted in a turnover.
Well, he's a big, tall, strapping lad, is Ahuda in the 8 jersey. Expect him to go again. He does, this time linking with Silva. Rodriguez to the corner, what a try! What a try in the corner for the winger. We'll go take a look. But you would think from first impression he's got it. Just a question mark on the grounding perhaps.
From that angle, Dan Power, I don't think he's done it. Great effort from the cover defense. Oof. A, is it over the line? I think it is. B, did he have enough control to ground it? No. I think it's come loose. He has grounded it, but it came loose first and traveled forward in the air.
Judging by how quick we went away from the replay, I think you might be right. Yeah, there's a guilty look if I've ever seen one.
Well, if there was a body language, here's the flaw with the body language expert. They would have given a try immediately, judging by. I mean, he's grounded it there on the line, no problem. But did it leave his hand first?
There's clear separation there. It's one of those questions, though. At what point do you regain control to put pressure on the ball coming down? Toss of a coin.
Sí, te escucho, Diego.
Well, I'd love to see it awarded a try. Get Brazil back into this match.
Ahora ahí te dejé de escuchar. Por favor, repetime.
A closer contest. But I just can't see it happening.
De vuelta, Diego, porque no te escucho. Sí, Diego, repetime, por favor. ¿Me escuchás? ¿Qué dice? Perfecto, me estás diciendo entonces que puedo dar el try. ¿Cómo, perdón? Bien, perfecto. Hay un knock-on de Brasil. Vuelvo y es scrum 5 para Argentina. No hay try. Hay un knock-on. Es scrum.
Mira, 8-2 y limpia.
Brazil need to pile the pressure on the scrum now.
¡Cuclillas! ¡Tomarse! ¡Ya! Al piso. Vamos a jugarlo un poquito más arriba, ¿sí?
Look at that statistic
Crazy
there.
statistic considering the scoreline and being down to 14.
70%
possession for the Brazilian side. Well, it really goes to show the class of Argentina.
¡Cuclillas! ¡Tomarse! ¡Ya!
Good scrum from Argentina. Ball at the back, presented.
Va al piso.
Dagnick can't handle. We reset.
Gira.
They have to keep the pressure on here, does
Tenía
Brazil.
posesión Argentina.
20
Scrum
points.
gira y colapsa. Se scrum para Argentina de
That
nuevo.
seems like a more realistic stat there. They've swapped it around.
I was about to say. makes much more sense. Strong scrum just then by Argentina. They'll be looking to do the same thing.
Tomarse. Ya. Arriba, chicos, muchachos. Vengan los dos.
These front rows.
Ustedes dos, vengan, por favor. Vengan ustedes dos.
You can show the replay as much as you want. It doesn't change the decision. Both these front rows having trouble finding their footing here in these greasy conditions.
So we spoke a lot about did he or didn't he ground it. Ended up not being a try, but we haven't said much about that tackle from Juan Cruz Malia. Try saver. Amazing effort from him. He's actually had a fantastic game with the ball in hand as well for mine.
And the collapse, the Brazilian scrum under the Argentinian pressure results in a penalty. And Gonzalez will be able to clear this ball with a pretty gifted piggyback out of their own end.
Not much of an angle to work with for Gonzalez. He's only managed to put it just over the 22-meter line for Argentina. So again, this is the part of the field that Brazil need to be.
Escura under pressure, off the right foot. Ball stays in, well weighted. Rodriguez, jinking run. Reeves, quick hands from Brazil. Defensive line up quickly from Argentina. Now they have some numbers. Need to straighten the attack though. Okay. Turned over. Argentina, no one at home. Ball needs to stay in. It won't stay in. Will come all the way back. It sounds like perhaps a knock on first.
Quicker ball needed from Brazil. Earlier on, there was definitely space, and you could see the Argentine defense out wide, desperately calling over some numbers. Brazil can just be aware of that and know that whenever they get the ball, that's how Argentina are playing, piling some numbers into the ruck, leaving that outside space quite exposed. But they managed to readjust in time. Brazil threw it out into that space, but they'd already had enough numbers to cover it, and they defended very well.
¡Tomarse! No, muchachos, ya están adentro. Les pedí por favor los tiempos. Los dos packs están adentro en tomarse. Tenemos que entrar en ya, ¿sí?
See a replacement there for Brazil. Number 19 coming on.
¡Tomarse! ¡Ya!
That's a great picture if you can get it. The ball in the middle of both those packs, stolen by Brazil. Duquesne floats one out wide. Rodriguez looking to slice his way through the back line. Now Sinceri with the ball inside the 40 of Argentina. Silva, the spider, picks up Reeves on his outside. Reeves distributes. Franquez, okay, looks for the miracle ball. That one pushed forward. Advantage to Argentina. Dangerous on the counter. Escura. They put one out. No advantage. We'll come all the way back to the forward pass. Unbeknownst to Juan Malia.
Yeah, I feel, Dan, if we come all the way back to when Brazil were in possession of the ball, moving it around nicely, I felt like they had numbers out into the open. In fact, they definitely had numbers. They also stacked this shorter side. Someone must have called the ball because scrum half Broderick sent it down that right-hand side, and I felt that Argentina had more than enough numbers to cover it and forced Duque to try and get a miracle ball away in the tackle. And that's what they're coming back to now, the scrum from that knock forward. And it's another case of Brazil just not capitalizing on the opportunities when they come. And they aren't coming too often.
Sí. No, me dijo que lo advierta nada más, que vuelva a la ventaja.
Slightly surprising tactics of Brazil. Thought with the player advantage, they probably would have reined in their enthusiasm to try to grind out a little bit more, moving the ball, trying to tire out this Argentinian side. Really not even, I would encourage them not to even look to attack until 6 or 7 phases in, until the legs get a little heavy and those opportunities really open up. They just haven't been able to get possession, as you saw by the statistics, 70 or 30 to Argentina. Offside against Silva at the back. There's Cura, plays quickly. Oh, great bumping run there to the inside centre in Mensah. There's Cura, looks to his right. Just shy of the 40 now. Argentina, Gonzalez. Turns that ball back inside. Lost though by Argentina. And now the counter-attack. Rodriguez will chip over the top. Well covered though by Gonzalez. Evades one. Now a second. A third. Now offloads. Fabre. Able to keep that ball in play. Beautiful stuff there. Franquez drifting across field. Links up now with Reeves. Reeves has 2 on his outside. Still going Reeves. Probably took that a little bit too lateral there, Reeves. Need to straighten it up if he wanted to run or kick earlier. Silva off the back. How's the footwork of the spider? Dancing. Franquez. Reeves inside. Claudio. Seem to have some options here to the right. Reeves comes that way. Quick hands will do it. Rossetti can't handle. Another handling error against Brazil. And we will have the scrum. As they get a little bit fired up. Some extracurricular activity after the whistle.
Once again, the handling errors just killing Brazil. But you have to give the Argentina defense credit for holding out. Remember, they are playing with a man down. So to cover that space, Brazil are throwing everything at them. And just through frustration, I feel, and lacking a little bit of concentration, do they end up dropping the ball. It can be a daunting task when trying to attack against a strong defensive unit. Every time you look up, there's just a solid line of defense. Argentina are coming in with strong tackles as well. That doesn't make it any easier for Brazil. So replacement scrum half, Gregorio Del Prete. Feed the scrum just inside the 40-meter line of Brazil.
Another dominant scrum here for Argentina. There's Montagna. showing all the skills at the back to control the ball. Big contact comes in Mensah. Replacement scrum half, De Prete. Again to his right. Gonzalez shifts it out wide. Etzkart. Well, that's going to be a penalty. Sanseri. He launched himself there just a touch early. And again, a little bit extra after the whistle as well. Keeping the crowd involved here in this contest.
I thought you were going to say argy bargy for a second there, Dan, but I'm glad you didn't. It's been too obvious. But again, just frustration creeping in. Very stop-start as well. It's hard for either team to get in their groove, especially when the scrum needs to be set numerous times every time they pack down. There's nothing really in that. And then an even longer stoppage because they are really going to the video ref on everything, especially when if there's anything to do with foul play. They definitely want to cross their T's and dot their I's in the name of safety. So again, we probably want to look in the back play. That looked fine. Comes back, and I think where it's just out of screen, perhaps with Reeves. Or are they looking at that clean out at the ruck? So offside. The ball wasn't out before Sanseri decided to put the pressure on. I guess they might be looking at whether that was a high contest.
Sí, pero para mí entra por la puerta. ¿Vos qué ves? Ah, eso no lo estoy viendo, no.
Well, Brazil just can't get in their groove, and these stoppages certainly don't help either. See it from a different angle. There's Sanseri. He believes the ball's out. Comes through.
Okay. No, nada para mí. Dale. Gracias, Diego.
His arm definitely hits him on the shoulder.
Capitán, Argentina.
Next to the
Capitán.
neck.
Tenía un llamado de TMO, pero lo desestimé porque no me pareció. Tenés la ventaja de ahí, ¿sí? Del scrum, o un penal para offside acá a mitad. Elegís vos. Podés volver a cualquiera de las dos. El penal está acá. Bien. Vamos a volver por un offside. A 10, por favor. A 10. Penal por offside, ¿sí?
And after all that, we have a penalty for offside. Right in front of the post for Argentina. There's Gonzalez, will look to the sideline. Trying to close this contest out, which they've played the majority off with 14 on the field. Certainly not the most polished performance from Argentina 15. They've done just enough to get the win here tonight. They come down the blind side, looking for a little bit of a trick play there on the back of the line out. There's Fortuny, unable to stay in the field of play. Brazil now have this line out just meters out from their own try line.
Line 5, line 5. La línea, por favor, la línea.
You see, good defense from Brazil. Keep them out. Rip the ball over the sideline, but referee deemed the tackled player to go into touch first.
Great steal from Argentina at the top. Ball comes down. Del Prete picks up Fortuny. Del Prete to the middle of the field. Favre. Castillo, Gonzalez. Short ball, picks up replacement in Alvarez. Prate, Gonzalez inside, almost picked off by Senseri. We play the knock on though, that was close. Philippe Senseri almost snuck a 5-pointer there.
Well, he's doing everything he can, isn't he, to force that turnover, get his hands on the ball any way that he can. Definitely picked it, came in just as if that pass wasn't so hard, it wouldn't have ricocheted off Senseri's body so violently. He might have been able to pull that one in. Would have been a foot race. We haven't seen much of Senseri, so I dare say his legs are fresh. Would have been an interesting race to the try line. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Still Argentina's ball.
They have fresh legs out in the field now, much needed fresh legs. It will be the replacement scrum half, Del Prete. He'll have this put in. Great attacking opportunity. Another penalty, dominance at the scrum here for Argentina.
Segunda línea, flota, primera línea, porque no la aguanta.
You can see the front row of Brazil just coming up under the dominant force of the Argentina scrum. Let's see, tight head prop first. Being forced into the air.
La línea a la mitad, Brasil, por favor.
And now Argentina.
Contigo.
For those that have just tuned in, you're looking at a side with only 14 players on the field, dominating a home team of 15 men.
They'll play quickly, charging. Onto the ball. Now Corson. Del Prete, Gonzalez, quick hands. Well defended from Rodriguez as he flies in from the wing to shut down that attacking opportunity there for Argentina. Favre back towards the middle of the field. Del Prete has trouble with the ball at the back. Now brings it down to 22 and Alvarez. Del Prete to his right. Gonzalez sitting behind a few forwards. Spots a little gap. It closes as quick as it opened though. Finally getting the ball to ground, Argentina. Del Prete, Gonzalez, Gorison. Well met. That's quick ball though. Gonzalez inside, referee. He's in a great position for that inside ball, was the referee. No advantage.
Número 18.
All the way back, number 8.
Offside.
Offside.
De faltas de tu equipo.
Against number 18.
Por offside.
That's Matías Roca. Youngster. He gets the yellow card to end his night effectively.
Well, that effectively ends the advantage that Brazil had for the rest of this match, because there is less than 10 minutes left and Matías Roca is in the bin for 10.
And Argentina will look to make Brazil pay immediately here for that infraction. Loose pass, play on, double knock on, no advantage. We will pack the scrum in what has been a rather scrappy affair here in São Jose in Brazil this evening.
Yes, it has been scrappy and it hasn't been helped by the slippery conditions.
Capitán, te falta un primera línea.
Ball's a little bit greasy. We have seen some great rugby on occasion. We've also seen, we've witnessed a Brazilian scrum dominate every now and then the scrum of Argentina, only to have the tables turn on the following scrum. It's been a very interesting topsy-turvy affair. But neither team seeming to get into their stride. Just too many stoppages of play, too many handling errors.
It will be Silva with the put in. Let's see if the Brazilians go out with their shield here. Silva down the blind side. Almost seeks out contact against Gonzalez. Brazil work this out of their own end. Liberato. Now they shift it wide. An opportunity, perhaps on the wing, back inside and over the sideline. Well, the narrative has been these tough conditions that have made play quite sloppy. It's only fitting that we end the game, perhaps how we started it, with a hand on here.
Yes, and you also see Brazil, the home team, throwing the ball wide. That's great to see. But then when it comes time to make that decision, keep the ball in hand, keep it safe, they're just playing catch-up rugby. Nothing to lose, trying to throw that miracle ball back on the inside.
Silva finds Reeves. Still midfield. Senseri looks for the flick pass. Doesn't go to hand, drifts forward. Will be a scrum here for Argentina. And Brazil definitely throwing caution to the wind here right to the very end.
Once again, great to see. They are putting the ball through their hands, having a crack, but this Argentine defense just so strong. You can see how patient they are, keeping their line, pushing Brazil. You can see how laterally they were running, and that's due in part to the defensive structure of Argentina. Not racing out their line, just being patient, allowing Brazil to run, but locking down that inside and pushing Brazil over the sideline, and then making the tackle when it's right. You could see poor attempt at a flick pass out the back, which actually travelled forward. And that was just due to the defensive pressure of Argentina. They're a class act with loads of depth. This is effectively their third string national team.
Prete at the back. Goes right. Gonzalez spots a little opening. Chips one through. Silva does well. No advantage offside in front of the kicker. As we are past the 80th minute mark. Good to hear the crowd still in high spirits here. San Jose. Argentina looking to put the exclamation mark on this performance with one last try here against Brazil. Can Brazil muster one last defensive stand here against Argentina 15? Taken off the top, looping around, intercepted. Reeves with the ball, links up with Senseri. Now they go wide. Giordano. Franquez. Reeves to his right. Gay. Rossetti. That one back, that one forward. And it's play on now. Does Argentina tow this one through? It's a foot race, the big unit dives, can't get there as it dribbles over the dead ball line. And that will put an end to proceedings here as Argentina has run out convincing winners 28 points to 8.
Well, at least we had an exciting finish at the death. A foot race at the end. A loose ball. Tired-looking players now, drenched in sweat. These humid conditions, which proved to play havoc with the slippery ball. But great effort by Argentina, 15.
We'll take a break. When we return, all the highlights from this clash between Argentina and Brazil. And welcome back. A convincing win for Argentina over Brazil. Highlights are plenty. Mark Spina, what an outstanding 2018 the America's Rugby Championship provided for us.
It did indeed. It's been a wonderful tournament and a great breeding ground for these young players to come through, gain valuable experience at international rugby, and the USA taking out this 2018 America's Rugby Championship.
And thanks for joining us tonight from Mark Sabina and our entire crew at ESPN. I'm Dan Power saying thanks for tuning in.